What's up, heathens? How y'all doing? If you can't tell, I have, which way is it? This way. I have Shannon with me today.
Hi, guys.
Shannon is going to be joining us today for some comments that she's gotten on her channel because boy, are they toxic as fuck.
Yeah, might be an understatement.
Well, we're going to be going over those, so if you want to hear us talk about her shitty ass comments, then please stay tuned. So first comment, do you want to run this like I read the comments in my hick way and then we discuss them?
Oh, yes, please. Are you kidding me? I can't wait to hear your, I've lived for this. John's gonna read my comments.
Okay, so Shannon, do you want to take a second, let everybody know who you are, what your channel is, and what you do there?
Yeah, sure. So hi, I'm Shannon Q. For anybody who doesn't know me, I have a YouTube channel that's called Shannon Q because I'm not creative at all. And on my channel, I talk about the intersection between psychology and faith. And I also engage in complex conversations and model more interesting and progressive dialogues with people. So I do both edited videos and I do live conversations. So come check it out. It's fun there.
Yeah, I've actually done a debate on your channel, and that was a really nice discussion with RC Apologists. So definitely everybody should go and subscribe to Shannon. You just got over like 10,000 subscribers like 1 or 2 months ago, wasn't it?
It was like about 4 weeks ago, and I'm just under 11,000 now, which is pretty cool.
Nice. Awesome.
And I'm approaching my 1 year anniversary on YouTube, so it's been awesome.
Awesome. All right, so we've got this comment. Let me put on my
I'm so excited.
Okay, sweetie, you are an atheist because you can't find proof of a creator or of a god. Let me ask you something deeper than you ever think. Not thought, but think. Why fruits and legumes have the shape of your internal organs? Not to mention they cures you. Unbalanced organs, let's say. I am not a religious person. Just I need your answer as an advocate, please. Thank you.
Yeah, this one confused me on a multitude of levels. I'm not sure what being an advocate has to do with answering questions about why fruits and legumes are shaped like internal organs. And I can think of like at least one fruit that isn't shaped like an internal organ. And
what internal like fruit? What internal organ is shaped like an orange? I guess maybe testicles.
And I don't even have those.
No, I don't even understand. Like, okay, so first he starts off with, okay, sweetie, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know why that has to be the go-to, like, at the start. Like, does it bother you when they start, like, comments like that?
It doesn't bother me. It probably should bother me more than it does, but I think at some point, you become sort of desensitized to the abject condescension that you get being, a female who makes these types of videos. People, I think, feel as though they need to take you down a peg when they're addressing. But the best part about it is that he starts with, okay, sweetie, and then goes into the most moronic nonsense I've ever heard. So that stifles the sting of the sweetie a little bit when what follows is just a bunch of nonsensical gibberish about fruits looking like internal organs. And apparently, as an advocate, I should prepare a response to this. These are the important questions that everybody needs to know the answers from me about.
I mean,
clearly.
Obviously these are the important questions, like why fruits and legumes, like how could that be like a proof for God? Like, oh, you think God doesn't exist? Why does your pancreas look like a legume, dipshit?
Yeah, I know. And then he's like, and I'm not even a religious person, but well,
it's kind of. Yeah.
Have you thought about this?
Well, it's kind of weird. If you look at his name, he's got the Ra symbol, right? I believe that's Ra. Or
I wouldn't know.
I don't know if that's Osiris or Ra, but anyway, it's an Egyptian god symbol. And then it's written in some Greek letters, 7-star TM.
I
He trademarked that shit.
I know. There's just like, I don't even know how to unpack it. I don't know. Maybe you could do a better job than me, but what happens in somebody's mind that you're like, I need to ask her this question now.
Yeah. Also,
how come more people aren't asking her this question?
Well, also, I'm kind of curious. Not to mention, they cures you. Yeah. What they cures your, and then I guess it says unbalanced organs. Like, I had no idea that unbalanced organs like was a thing, or that anything could cure an unbalanced. Like, could my pancreas just be shifted the wrong way, and that's why it doesn't work?
Yeah, I know. And then he says, "Let's say, like, okay, well, I'm not." That they cured, let's just say, hypothetically, this is what happened. It's like, I'm saying that they're shaped like your internal organs and they cure your internal organs, probably from being unbalanced, which also isn't a thing. So what's your answer, sweetie? What do you say about that? I say I'm confused.
Well, I mean, I like how this right here, this like anecdotal bullshit kind of information is supposed to convince you that a god exists. I don't know, it's just really weird. Any last words for 7 stars?
Thanks for your question. And I don't know the answer to your hypothetical nonsense. Bullshit. I'm sorry. Thanks for coming out.
All right, next comment. So this is from Metashelf. Your shell is hollow. Enjoy the vacuity of eternity without connection to the ground of being.
Well, my shell is filled with legume and fruit-shaped internal organs, as a matter of fact. It's not hollow at all.
Does he think you're a turtle? Like, are you the 5th, like, Ninja Turtle? Even turtle shells aren't hollow.
No, they've got a turtle inside.
But what does this part mean? Enjoy the vacuity of eternity. Like, I don't know, when people pull words like that out of their ass, I have to wonder if that's even a word.
And like, I don't even know if it is. Like, it kind of makes me want to Google it.
It is a word. Lack of thought or intelligence, empty-headedness. Today I learned.
Maybe he is saying, I'm assuming maybe they're saying that I'm going to be stupid for eternity, I guess. So I'm assuming he's probably, or they're probably a theist of some sort. And they think I'm going to exist for eternity and my punishment is that I get to continue to be stupid forever.
I don't know. Well, it says like the second definition of it for a noun is empty space or emptiness. So okay. I'm gonna guess that they're talking about like an empty eternity or like having no eternity, but without a connection to the ground of being. Like I'm not sure what video this was taken off of, but apparently you don't have any ground in being, just being.
Yeah. Right? Like, if you don't believe in God, then you don't even know you exist, or your existence is nothing but emptiness, maybe, and that it's going to be that way for eternity. I'm probably giving this one way too much credit.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes, I fall into that too. Sometimes I'm like, well, maybe they mean this. It's like, you're giving them way too much credit at this point. You don't need to think this hard about it.
Yeah, it's such a common trope too. It's like, well, you know what? It's essentially kind of like a Pascal's wager being thrown at you. Like, you better believe in God, because otherwise it's going to be emptiness for you for eternity. Enjoy that. Like, which God?
Which God, pray tell?
Yeah. And also, I can't just choose that. And any God would be smart enough to know that I was just pretending to believe in them in order to, hedge my bets. Because I don't. I can't convince myself not to, just to be safe. If he's God, wouldn't he know that I was faking it just to trick him?
I mean, you would think so. And I mean, there are some Christians out there that actually take that stance. They're like, well, God's gonna know if you believe in him or not. But it's like, as soon as you're like, oh, I believe in God, it's like, to them, everything's fine. You're going to heaven. Everything's right in the world. But then again, they don't really know if you're going to heaven. See, that's one of the biggest problems I have with the whole Pascal's wager thing, is because is like you have to believe specifically and act specifically for that one particular version of God in order to get into heaven. If you don't twerk your ass exactly the right way, God's going to send you to hell. He'll flip that switch and burn you in hell for eternity.
Yeah, and by that logic, there's probably a ton of Christians that are going to hell, even though they truly believe, because they're believing wrong. So it just doesn't work on a multitude of levels for me. Not the least of which is I don't, and I can't. I'm not going to pretend that I do because I'm honest. Sorry, I'm not going to lie to you. If you would prefer me to lie to you, then maybe just stay away from me because I'm not going to. I'm going to tell you the truth.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'll do whatever it takes to make this conversation stop. That's what I pick.
All right. Any final thoughts for Metashelf here?
I don't believe in God, Metashelf, but I don't think that makes me hollow. And I don't believe that I'll be around for eternity. So solid effort? I don't know, like 4 out of 10?
A for effort?
Could try.
Next comment. This one.
It's my favorite.
You go, Bill. Who the fuck is Bill?
I don't know. I was trying to think like maybe he was trying to say you go girl and it auto-corrected, but I mean YouTube has an edit feature. You would have had to have known it could be, but I laughed so hard when I saw it. Sometimes when because there's not even anybody named Bill in the video. This is on a video about Jordan Peterson. And about trans rights.
Maybe it's Jordan B. Peterson. Is his middle name like Robert or Billy Bob?
William?
Maybe.
It's William. It's Jordan William Peterson. So this comment might make sense if you brought up Bill Nye in it, but maybe it's Jordan because it's Jordan B. Peterson. So maybe it's like Bobby or something. I don't know what Jordan's middle name is.
It can't be Bobby.
Billard?
And if you
Billard, Jordan Billard Peterson.
Google him.
I am. Oh, it's Jordan Burnt Peterson. That's a weird middle name.
Like B-U-R-N-T? Or Burnt?
B-E-R-N-T.
Burnt.
Well, yeah, it probably.
It's a normal last name.
Yes, my middle name is normal. Thank you, honey. Maybe I'm wondering if maybe he thinks that Jordan's middle name is Bill.
Maybe. There's so many options. There's so many options.
You know,
makes sense.
Again, I think
Bill.
that we're thinking way too much into this.
I look at this one when I want to laugh, though, and I'm like, yes, I'm Bill. I'm Bill now. I can be Bill.
So Tom P, maybe you should rewatch the video and realize who you're talking about, or maybe, you know, look at your autocorrect before you hit enter. Because I mean, I do that too all the time. I'll type something up and my big fucking fat thumbs, they always get in the way, and I'll type something that doesn't even make sense.
Thanks, Tom. I'm gonna say thanks because I assume you meant you go girl, and it made me laugh. So thank you.
Castle Rock 58, an airhead's analysis of deep thinker.
Of deep thinker.
See, I like how they go to the airhead part. Like, I guess it's just because you're pretty, maybe, or that you're a girl. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, but I don't know why airhead has, because I've seen that video, the Jordan B. Peterson one, as well as your other videos. You never come across as an airhead. This just seems kind of like an incel-like insult just because you're a girl.
Well, they have to go to that, I think. What's really funny is that there's a juxtaposition too, because a few comments down from this, there's comments going, why do you always use such big words? Stop using such big words all the time. I'm like, which one is it, guys?
Seriously? Like,
Yes.
I mean, it's like you can never win. It's like, oh, you're a deep thinker. Why you gotta keep using such big words?
It's like, you're stupid. Stop using such big words that no one else understands because you're stupid. Okay, all right, I will dumb down my vocabulary so that I'm come off more intelligent. I don't know what you want. What do you want? What do you guys want?
No, well, they see, here's what they want. They want to find one pedantic thing they can complain about, and then they complain about that one thing. So even if you dumbed it down, like this guy would be like, you can't even use words properly, little Miss Lady. Like, I mean, it would be like that. Like it doesn't make sense. They just want to hate on people just to hate on people. And that's when I laugh. Like, comments like this make me laugh my ass off. Because it's like, really? You couldn't find any other kind of criticism with the video, but this is what you go with. Like I sincerely doubt that Castle Rock 58 is a deep thinker. And I don't know why he's got to shit on other people for not being deep thinkers. Whatever the fuck that might mean to him.
Yeah, well, apparently Jordan Peterson is a deep thinker, and I am an airhead. However, he doesn't have any direct critiques of anything that I said at all. Nothing. Like, he can't point to a single thing, or chose not to point to a single thing in the video that I actually said to tell me that I was wrong. Instead, he had to revert to, well, you're a girl, and perhaps I find you attractive, so that means that you're an airhead, and I'll level that at you instead, and I hope that that insult against you will have some sort of effect on you. Well, I got news for you. I don't care.
Well, yeah, you see, I get the same type of people, but they usually latch on to the fact that I'm fat. And so it's just like every single comment's like, listen, fatty, get the whopper out of your ass and actually think about shit. And so, I mean, like, I feel like, I don't know, I can take that a lot better than the whole sexism that you're getting on these comments, because, I mean, like, there's literally no other reason to, like, give this kind of comment other than the fact that you're a girl and he doesn't like the fact that you're making sense.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can't find anything else to say. So obviously I'll just insult your intelligence by making it seem like, I often wonder if verbatim my video was exactly the same, but it was a man delivering the dialogue, if the comment section would look different. And I really have to think that it would.
I do too.
I think that it would.
Well, I mean, yeah, like this guy right here, he wouldn't have called, like if I just repeated your entire video word for word, he wouldn't call me an airhead. He would latch on to like me being fat or me being an atheist, I guess, maybe, or maybe I look fugly. I don't know. But he would latch on to any other thing. He would not latch on to my gender. So, I mean, that is a very big difference.
Yeah. And those types of people are just going to go, I think, for what they feel like will cut you the deepest.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any actual rebuttal to what you're saying. So
see, that's why I just have to laugh at these comments, because they're vacuous. They have no content whatsoever. They don't have any actual criticism. So it's just like, I pissed you off? Good.
Yeah, that's right. This wasn't supposed to make you happy if you think that way. I wasn't aiming for you to be like, if you're the type of person that agrees with the things that I was talking about in the video as being incorrect, I wanted to challenge you. Like, if this has caused you enough discomfort that you felt compelled to insult me because you couldn't counter me, that's what I wanted to happen. Like, maybe think about why you reacted that way, Castle Rock 58.
Yeah.
What's your reasoning?
Oh, do not kid yourself. These people do not self-reflect, okay?
There's no introspection involved. Just vomit my reaction onto the computer and then run away so that I can keep thinking the way I already thought. Oh, okay. That's fair.
Camp David. How did YouTube sneak this crap onto my home playlist? Actually, it's not that bad with the volume off. And then a kissy face with a heart? Like emoji?
I know. What?
Okay, so
am I supposed to be like, thanks?
I mean,
so when you mute me, it's good, thanks, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically him saying that you're cute, and therefore it doesn't matter what you're saying. It's just nice to creepily look at you the entire time. So there's that, but also I have to say that the how did YouTube sneak this crap onto my home playlist, I get that a lot, and that just means that you've got SEO game. You know, like you have your title and your description and everything like that, like on point for the video, for it to get put in front of people that just normally wouldn't have seen you. Because that's what YouTube tries to do, is trying to match up all those things with what somebody wants to watch. And apparently, I'm guessing this is another Jordan B. Peterson video comment.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you he definitely watches more than enough of Jordan B. Peterson, and that's why it got brought up. So it's like, oh shit, a girl talking about JBP? Woo, I gotta get on this. What is this shit?
Yeah, That's right. Wait a minute. She's not saying he's amazing. Well, fuck that then. Wait a minute. She's attractive. Mute. Okay, that's better. All right. Sure. Like, do you have anything? And again, something about my look, nothing about the points that I made at all. Just an accusation that it's crap, no justification for why, and then a comment about my look.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because they don't actually have, like, see, these are the type of people that watch, like, Jordan B. Peterson's shit, and they just immediately agree with him because of either his credentials or they feel like he's much smarter than they are. So he must be right. Kind of like an appeal to authority. And so anybody that disagrees with him, they're automatically like, nope, you're wrong, and then pick some kind of random ad hominem thing to bring up, and then that's what it is. If it were me, they would say that I'm fat, like, you know, we discussed before. But for any woman out there, like, responding to Jordan B. Peterson, I mean, it's just going to be a very incel, I guess, like response to it, just because you're a woman. Therefore, you know, the only value here, which is, I feel like what this guy's saying is your only value is your looks, and that's just disgusting to me. Like, I can never imagine myself, like, leaving some kind of comment like that, like on a religious person's video, and being like, well, the video's good with the sound off because you're pretty.
Yeah. Like,
that's just like that's that. Creepy.
You wouldn't go to a girl defined video and type in, this is crap. Oh, never mind. I put it on mute. It's better now.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't do that. You'd have respect for them as human people. And not, like, degrade them down to just what they look like and what their gender is. But yeah, this guy, I don't know. Maybe take it off mute and listen to what I had to say. And then, you know, if you have a critique that's fair, I'll listen to it. But
that's asking a lot there, Shannon.
Yeah, sorry.
Me expecting shit, like normal shit from people. It's not out of the realm of him being able to do it. Like, it's not an outrageous expectation. Right. It's a normal expectation.
Yeah, and there's a reason you dislike it. I have no idea what that reason is, though. I have no idea. Like, I have nothing to go on other than your proclamation that it's crap. So, you know, maybe if you want to change my mind, use an argument instead of just, you know, saying I'm attractive and that it's crap. Like, I have nothing to go on. Nothing to go on here, bud. Not compelled to change my mind right now.
Shannon asked us a question. She reads her texts and clearly demonstrates little ability to think on her feet, but is going to point her ideological arrows at Jordan Peterson? Shut up, Shannon. You couldn't hold his pencil. Oh, and by the way, nobody would ever determine their decision based upon your words, you self-absorbed twit.
Yeah, Shannon.
What, Shannon? Like, what is that about?
I have no idea. I don't know. There's a lot to unpack here too. I keep saying he. I shouldn't assume. They had an issue with the fact that I was reading off a script. I had a lot of points to go over, so I wrote a script. I didn't really need to think on my feet because I wasn't engaging with anybody. I was just talking to a camera. The reason I read a script is because I wanted to make sure that I addressed all of the points clearly. And sometimes in order to do that, you have to prepare a script. So it seems that his issue is that I prepared and did research and wanted that to come across. And if you have an issue with that, I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize for researching and constructing what I had to say in a fashion that is, you know, concise and deliverable, rather than just rambling at a camera. I wanted to be more prepared than that. So the hashtag sorry, not sorry about that. And also I couldn't hold, I mean, I can hold a pencil. I'm almost certain I can. I've done it at least a few times. Maybe his pencils are special pencils and they're incredibly difficult to hold. Maybe he has magic pencils. I'm assuming that this is him saying that Jordan Peterson's qualifications are significantly higher than mine, thus I'm not qualified to critique him. Maybe this is some sort of, again, I'm probably giving him too much credit.
I gotta admit, Shannon, I feel like pencil should be in quotes because I don't feel like this guy's talking about his actual pencil.
Oh no!
I think it's a metaphorical pencil.
No!
But okay, look, I think that because it seems like all of these Jordan B. Peterson fanboys out there just really want to suck his dick bad. Like, it just really seems like
pencil. They want to be the ones holding his pencil.
Yeah, they do. They want to hold that pencil tight. It's like, yeah, it's a magical pencil. I mean, goddamn, when he goes, I mean, it's just like logic and reason just spews out of it.
All over the metaphorical substrate. Oh my God, I never even thought of it that way. My face, Sean. God damn it.
Okay, so this last sentence here, okay?
Yeah.
For one thing, okay, so the sentence before, it seems to link, like, the ability to think on your feet or whatnot to being credible to respond to Jordan B. Peterson. So I think because a lot of his videos are just like lectures where he's prepared shit beforehand, but then he just sort of freely talks with bullet points in mind. And so apparently you have to respond to Jordan B. Peterson in a lecture style where it's just sort of free flow in order to be able to respond. I think that's bullshit of a standard to set, but anyways, that just makes this person seem, dumb as fuck. But the next part right here, oh, and by the way, nobody would ever determine their decision based upon your words, you self-absorbed twit. Now, the last portion right there is kind of like the self-absorbed twit's an opinion, of course. It's a dipshit opinion, but like, why, like, he doesn't, or this person doesn't go into the why nobody would determine their decision based upon your words. I other than the fact that you're a girl, maybe, or maybe, like, I just don't know. What are your thoughts on this last sentence?
I don't know. I think he's just trying to take me down a peg. But what's really interesting about this is it tells me that he wasn't listening necessarily to the video, because several times throughout the video and at the very end of the video and in all of my videos, I advocate that everybody should understand that even I have a bias, and don't form your opinions. I even say very explicitly on multiple occasions in this video, don't form your opinions based simply on what you hear me saying. There are links in the description. Please go advocate for your own understanding. Find your source material. Look at what's being presented to you. Think about the light that it's being presented to you in, and come to your own determinations. So he's literally telling me that nobody would do what I tell them explicitly not to fucking do. So good?
Yeah.
Good. I don't want them to. What I want people to do is do more background research for themselves instead of just taking the opinions of talking heads like me on board implicitly without doing the background research for themselves. So listen, bud. Good. You just told people not to do the thing that I'm telling them not to do. You're agreeing with me, but you're doing it like an asshole.
Yeah, I agree. This person's just a fucking asshole. But I have a lot of experience with what you're talking about here, because if you don't remember, when I did my videos against She Who Shall Not Be Named, I tagged her like on Twitter, and she responded, and she said something like, "Oh, I just listened to somebody," or no, she didn't tag me. I saw her tweet and she was like, "I spent 20 minutes listening to somebody ramble about nothing." And I'm like, okay, what did I get wrong in the video? Because it was her video about proofs for Jesus, or it's that list that Paul had went through.
Yes, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
She literally said, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch." And it's like, what the fuck?
What were you doing for 20 minutes? Who were you listening to?
Yeah, I don't know. But the fact that people don't watch an entire video and then comment as if they've watched the entire video, I feel like that just highlights how much of a dipshit they are.
Yeah, they want to hold their own opinions, and they want to make you feel like you're stupid for holding a different opinion without actually having to address anything that you say.
So tell me, when you read like this, because this is a little bit more content filled, I guess, than the other ones. Like, when you read comments like this, what goes through your mind at first, or what do you feel?
What do I feel? Annoyed, usually. I feel annoyed. And I'm wired a little bit differently than other people, so I don't really take offense to stuff like this. Like, it doesn't cut me. It doesn't really hurt me. It may other people, but that's just not how I'm built, I guess. So I don't take any of it on board personally, because I think I understand that what they're reacting to is either the fact that they have a staunchly held belief that's contrary to what I'm presenting, and they just want to yell at me because I disagree with them without actually having to consider what I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, because I'm a girl who I guess could be considered at least moderately attractive by some subjective standards, they want to throw tropes at me, like I'm self-absorbed, which they have no basis for knowing that whether that is or is not the case. I don't think it's the case. Actually, I think it's quite the contrary. That's what they want to do. They want to belittle me, perhaps also so that other people won't take what I have to say seriously, simply because they're undermining the position I hold by virtue of who they think I am. So that is what's annoying to me, because address what I have to say. If you're going to address what I have to say, I'll likely take the time to go over it with you. I mean, unless some people will write you a goddamn dissertation that's like 15 pages long on a YouTube. I'm not going to lie, I don't read all of those.
No.
If you have like a specific critique, I'll usually look at it.
Yeah, so for those comments, like I'll usually start out reading like it, and then on my app on my phone, like it goes a little ways, and then you have to do show more, and then you hit show more, and it's just like fucking scrolling for miles over shit that they just obviously copy pasted from somewhere, and it's like, I'm not reading this shit.
I know show more is always a gamble when you're on the content creator. Every time I hit show more, I'm like, is it just going to be a little more? Or is, no, there, my whole screen's gone. The whole screen's gone now. This is half of my day that I'm not going to get back because there's a small novella that was written that clearly is copy pasted on every video that's about this topic, because they feel like this response is their canned response to everything about this topic. Mm-hmm. And usually I'll go a little bit down and I realize, okay, this doesn't actually address anything that I'm saying directly. This is just their general rebuttal to anybody who's talking about this topic. And usually I'm just like, okay, but no. I have things to do.
So any final thoughts for this dipshit here?
I don't care what you think about Shannon. Doesn't care what you think about her as an individual, because you don't know me, so you have no basis to form any of those assessments. The reason I was reading is because it was important to me that I hit all of the points that I prepared to hit, so I wanted to be responsible enough to do that. If you don't like that, I'm not sorry. And I hope, even though you proposed it like an asshole, I hope people listen to you. I don't want anybody to form their opinions based on what I say. I want them to form their opinions based on research, fact, and so good. But stop being an asshole.
I think that's going to be hard for that guy.
I have you.